up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is your Real Housewives in Salt Lake City review. The episode was pretty good. I rewound it a few times to hear like dialogue. It was a lot of overlapping dialogue at that table. It was a lot. They started off where they left off on Meredith and not Meredith. What's the girl's name? Lisa. I was about to say Lisa Boudreaux. Who the hell is Lisa Boudreaux? Maybe Lisa Kudrow from Friends. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. But Lisa Barlow and Jen Shaw going back and forth, and Lisa was like, "Woo!" in full attack mode. Ooh, it looked very she looked very prickly. You know what I mean? She looked like real like prickly, like a little porcupine. That's what Lisa was giving. Did you hear when Jen was like, "Sit your ass down, sit your ass back down"? When I tell you, if I was Lisa Barlow, Jen Shaw would be on the other end of that damn, baby. When I tell you I would have kicked that lady right in her midsection, baby. Girl, you ain't learned nothing from Cynthia Bailey. Baby, you supposed to kick them in the cooter. Baby, I would have kicked Jen Shaw right in her gallbladder, baby, and she would have been on the other side of that damn van. I'm telling you, with the producer. You saw the producer trying to get into the mess. It's too much. There's no... How do y'all come back? How... You tell me, in what real world do you come back from a friend attacking you like that? Have any of y'all ever been attacked by a friend like that, baby? I'm sorry. It would have to be the end of the relationship. All that hollering and pointing and stuff like that, that's crazy. Like I said, I should never feel a threat coming from people that are supposed to be in my crew. I should never feel threatened in any way. You should never come at me in a threatening way. I should never have to feel defensive. Girl, I'm telling you, baby, I just saw Lisa. I was like, Lisa, all you gotta do is lift your foot up and flex that damn boop. That would have been it. I'm sorry. Lisa said she's not taking responsibility for anyone but me. She's like, you need to talk to Meredith like that. You need to talk to Meredith like that. Why? This whole back and forth with you should be mad at so-and-so because the way that they talk to me, and you should be mad at so-and-so because the way they treated me. It's so like, it's elementary. I'm like, are y'all gonna get on the swings next? I mean, like, girl, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? Are we gonna get on the merry-go-round later? Are we gonna play jacks and hopscotch later? Like, come on. It is so ridiculous. You're not mad at her for the way she talked to me? Jenny wants Meredith to be mad at Mary because she made that racist comment. Whitney wants Meredith to be mad at Mary for the way she's treating everybody. But for some reason, no one wants anyone to be mad at Jen for the way they treated Meredith. That doesn't make sense to me. You want everybody to be mad because Mary is so mean, but you don't want everybody to be mad at Jen because Jen is 10,000 times more aggressive than Mary. Mary's aggression is not even because, people can be passive, right? Do y'all think that Mary's passive aggressive? Because, baby, at that table, when she told Whitney, when he says, well, I feel like it's just pointless now. She said, okay, well then, don't worry about it. I said, yes, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. What are you mad about? If it's pointless, then why are we talking about it still? That is to Robin's point on ladies who list Atlanta. Why are we still talking about? Why are we still digging? Why are we still talking about it? Why do you keep bringing up? If it's pointless, why are we here? What are we talking about? So Jen names Meredith and Mary. What Mary and Meredith did? They did something. If they did something, they did something. So Jen is really trying to blame Meredith and or Mary for whatever is happening to her. And I feel like that's very convenient. Like, are you serious? That's to me, like, again, like I couldn't be in dialogue with that because it's just ridiculous on its head. There's no way that any person in their right mind would be like, you know what? I think Meredith and Mary had something to do with Jen Shaw being investigated by NYPD, Homeland Security, and whoever else, the fucking agency, law enforcement agency. They had something to do with it. Okay. And he says, well, we need to find out. Lisa jumps over to Jen and is holding her face after she done came at you like a bull, after she told you to sit your ass back down. That was so funny to me. And you like freaked out. You had your little porcupine moment. The producers between Jen, she's like, Jen, sit down. Like she's trying to tell her to sit down. Jenny, at first Jenny was like, when they was arguing about back and forth, Jenny was looking like nothing. But then after a while she got up and she was like, you know, trying to move them between, and now you over there rubbing her face, telling her you love her, telling her like, I got you. Let Jen have the best room. That's what they came to. Let Jen have the best room. So like literally you reward the terrorist. So what is the incentive for the behavior that you would like to see to stop? Then you would not reward the person until the behavior stops. If you're rewarding her, she just terrorized the entire van, and now you're saying she gets the best room. Why change? Why change? I can act a complete, like a tornado, honey. I can act like a tornado, come through, tear up everything, and then y'all resolve it by saying, I get the best room. Thanks. They arrived to the house. Jen gets the best room. She's been drinking a lot. Heather is concerned. Heather says she's tired of it. Jen, Meredith, and Mary are going to have to deal with Jen. They are, I guess, putting them close to Jen's room, I guess. They are out by the pool. Whitney is talking to her husband. He's telling her he likes her bikini and stuff. She's doing all this in the camera. Heather comes out like she has just ran a 26.1 miles in a marathon and decided to put some fluorescent heels on afterwards. Girl, did y'all see how Heather was walking to that pool? Girl, just wear some flats. You don't have to wear heels. You don't. If you are looking like that while you walking, like you're like one leg is shorter than the other, it's not, you don't have to. You don't have to. Just wear some flats, girl. It's okay. They got really cute designer flats, really cute for that purpose. Because every girl can't wear a heel by the pool, right? Trying to look cute. Girl, hang it up. Get some flats, Heather. Lisa says she's going to be a lot meaner. We'll see, honey. Everybody, Jenny says she can't swim, so be careful. Don't push her in the pool. They were having fun by the pool. When Jen comes out, Heather says we can have fun now. I don't know. I mean, I guess there is that person in the friend group who is fun, but they're like, I don't know, because she's toxic as hell. Fun and toxic. It reminded me of she just sucks the energy out of the room. I don't even want to get that deep into it because it's like, we already know what it is. We already know what Jen gives. She just sucks the energy out of the room, and y'all are calling it fun, but it's like, everybody, let's watch Jen, create these crazy ass chaotic environments, and then everybody blame Mary for the way that she talked to somebody, or because she cut Whitney off because Whitney didn't pick up the phone when she wanted to. Y'all really want, Whitney is really taking it to that extreme because that lady didn't pick up, because the lady is mad at her for not picking up the phone. She's mad at you for not picking up the phone. She cut you off, and you want Meredith to be mad at her because she's so mean to you. But this lady right here is an act like she's a terrorist. She's a terrorist. And you call it fun. Y'all calling it fun. She's fun. She's fun times. If she, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Jen Shah. Like, it's really, I don't know what to say because when she was talking to Meredith at that table, every single thing that Meredith said to her, her response was, well, you did the same exact thing to me. Well, you did this. She won't speak to what Meredith is saying that she did. All she does is come back with, well, you did the same thing to me. Well, you did that. You did the same. You're pointing and yelling at me. You're da-da-da-da. It's like everything she's saying, she's not saying why she's doing it, nothing. It's just like, well, you're doing it to me, so I'm going to do it to you. That's the reason why I'm doing it to you. Like, if you were mad about me doing that, how come you have not mentioned that? Like, I don't know. It's really weird. And I'm with Whitney. When Whitney was at the table, she was like, so what are we doing here if none of us can get along? So somebody at Bravo needs to be answering that question, honestly. Honestly, that needs to be a question. There is a healthy amount of conflict that we can deal with amongst women who actually care about each other. What are we doing here? And honestly, Bravo needs to revisit the formula of what they're doing with the Real Housewives, because every single show, the only one that's kind of maintaining its like formula, like people know each other, is New Jersey and New York. And that's what makes those shows so authentic, is because those people, they know each other. There's history there. Who is Mary Cosby's friend? Jen Shah? Who did Jen Shah know? Lisa Barlow? Is Lisa Barlow how everybody knows each other? It is, right? I think it is. Because I'm trying to remember that first episode when they were sitting at the table and Lisa was trying to say that she didn't really know Heather, but Heather was a good time girl or something like that, a party girl. Anyways, let me stay on track, child. This has gone way too far. When Mary and Meredith arrive, they are getting ready to go off to this ceremony, the labyrinth journey that Whitney set up. Whitney is into her spiritual healing. She's like, I don't have enough crystals for this shit. And so that's what they're going to do. So she wants everybody to wear white because white represents purity. And so everybody's going to go. Everybody's going to go. And since Mary and Meredith just showed up, they're still trying to change their clothes. So there's a time frame that they have to do the ceremony before the sun goes down. They also wanted to do like a fire burning, probably to get rid of things that, things that they wanted to release. They're taking forever, 20 minutes. So they leave Mary, right? They leave Mary. They come back and get Mary. I think that Mary should have stayed in the van. I was so offended by her standing out there like that and completely like even turning her back. If you are not going to participate in ritual or ceremony, then you need to stay back, and in a way that your presence and the energy, that negative like that, like, I don't know if you want to call it, not even combative. It's just like, I don't know what it is, rude. I don't know what that energy. You should have stayed in the car. If you knew that what you were going to come out, they were going to invite you to join ceremony, and you were going to decline. You knew you were going to decline, and you knew they were going to invite you. You should have stayed your ass in the van. I was offended by that. Yes, be loyal to your God in the van. And how dare you? And I'm with Whitney. I went to your church. I don't believe in the shit you got going on over there, but I was there to support you in the front row. And here I'm doing my thing. And now like I said, the way to have not been rude is to actually stay in the van and just say, hey, you guys were in the middle of ceremony and I did not want to interrupt because I did not plan on participating. What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. But no, I'm good. Well, can you please go in the van? Can you go wait in the van then? Thanks. See, but you can't even do that because it's like, then now you're hooked into that, whatever she sent. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't like that. I didn't like that. So they meet Bettina. She gives them the shawls and everything that is red to represent the red earth. They're gonna walk the labyrinth walk and release what doesn't serve you. Jen says she wants to let go of unnecessary judgment. You want to let go of unnecessary judgment. You mean how people are seeing you, girl? Shut the fuck up. Meredith, I forgot what Meredith said. I didn't write down. Lisa says she wants to release toxicity. Whitney says she wants to let go of whatever issues she got going on with Mary. But then at the table, you said that it's pointless. So which is it? Like, to me, I feel like you don't even know what the fuck. You're just trying to figure out anything to, hopefully it sticks. Hopefully whatever it is sticks, because you said you wanted to release it at the ceremony. When she said we can talk about it later, you said it's pointless. So did you not release it? Oh, because you didn't get a chance to do the fire burning ceremony. So you didn't get a chance to release. So you still holding on to it. Okay, Whitney, we still holding on to it. What Mary said. You know, I did laugh when she was like, because it's funny to see Mary do something other than this. It's actually funny to see Mary actually move her limbs around because she's always very much like this. Have y'all noticed that? She don't really do much. I don't ever see her hands really come above her shoulders. That's why it was funny to see her doing this. I thought it was really funny. It was actually funny to even see her get up and walk to, Mary's not an old woman. That's what it's so crazy, because the way that she behaves, you act like she is an old church mother and she can't do anything and she's so fragile and walking around and stuff like that. That's not an old lady. She's not old. That's what be tripping me out, because when she went upstairs to get when she was running upstairs, how she was like running, it's like funny to see her outside of like holding her hands across her body like that. Have y'all ever noticed that? Okay, I'm looking too deep into it. Anyways, so yeah, you should have stayed your ass in the van. So they get back to dinner. They didn't do the fire burning ceremony. They get back to dinner. Whitney in her toast mentions that because the women were late in her toast, because the women were late, they missed out on pieces of the ceremony, and she really wished that they would have been able to do it because she wanted for people to be able to, release the issues that they had with other people. Jen Shaw chimes in and says that, she asked Meredith, why were you late or something like that, or why didn't you come on the van with everybody else? Because she says, because Seth had a doctor's appointment. And then Jen kind of chimes in and says, I thought you said you had stuff to do. And she was like, that's what I said I had to do. And she said, then Mary, why didn't you come? Mary said, I don't think I have to give a reason. See, maybe that's what's mean, but for me, that I feel like I don't have to give a reason. I don't. I think like people, you don't have to give a reason. I think when you're like in a people pleaser template, when you're operating from a people pleaser template, then you feel like you need to give a reason why, right? If I didn't want to go in the van, I didn't want to go in the van. There doesn't have to even be a reason. The reason is I did not want to go. Why you didn't want to go? Because I didn't want to. But why? Because I didn't. I don't have to give you a reason. There doesn't even have to be a reason. It didn't feel right energetically. Or will you accept that? If not, you gonna keep asking me why? I'm telling you, I don't have to give you an excuse. I don't have to give you an excuse. There's no excuse. I just didn't want to. Maybe that's what she's saying is mean. That's not mean to me. Maybe it's the delivery. I don't know, child. I don't know. I feel like Mary is being more honest than Meredith. Meredith said, I don't care what you basically, I don't care, girl. What? I don't care. There's just a lot of tension. I want to apologize for not going. That's what Meredith said. And then they asked Meredith, was it okay to invite Jen Shah? And then Jenny says, I felt like you were mad at me because I invited Jen. And she was like, well, you're the one who called her a criminal. That's like the worst thing anyone said about her. She was like, I did not call her a criminal. I said, if she is a criminal, if she did commit a crime, then I can't be affiliated with that. So she must have been telling the truth because, if they're not telling the truth, they have now gotten the cues to play the replay of what she said. So she must have been, I don't remember exactly what she said. But did they show that? Did they show her saying that criminal statement? I don't feel like they did. Y'all let me know. So Jen yells at Jenny and says, I'm not a criminal. She was like, I did not call you a criminal. I just said, if you are, then I'm not going to be hanging out with you. Girl, what? I thought it was funny when they were on the bus and Jenny said she's from Long Beach. She said she's from Long Beach, so she knows what it means. Girl, shut up. Okay, Long Beach. What was you doing? You was fighting in Long Beach, Jenny. That's hilarious. So she says, y'all are trying to fit. Whitney wants to know why everybody is trying to repair the relationship between Jen and Meredith and not the relationship between Mary and her. And, Meredith says that Mary was loyal to her. Jen gets up. She says, while you guys are talking, I'm leaving. So she goes inside. Did y'all see her inside in the kitchen putting her claws? They look like, I don't know if you ever seen like a eagle's talons. That's what Jen Shah's hands look like to me. Every time they look like chicken claws. And the fact that she was missing like the ring finger and the pointer finger, I was like, girl, she's a mess. She is a complete and utter mess. She was taking her weave out, throwing it at just too much, just a mess, a mess. If she got her shit together and she wasn't such a greedy person, she would be fun. I imagine, because you could see the personality, you could see her, but it's just real. I don't know. It's real toxic. I mean, I don't know. It's real toxic. It's real energy siphoning. It's just too much. Lisa says, I like it when people get along. Do you, Lisa? Child. Whitney is so funny. She said, are you making a mockery of my feelings? And then she said that Mary was mean to everybody. That's what Jenny said. She said, we're on the bus. Y'all were saying that Mary is mean and you were upset because Meredith became friends with Mary and that Mary was the meanest. And then Meredith was like, the person who has been the meanest out of everybody is the way that Jen Shah has been treating me. So I don't even want to hear what y'all got to say about Mary. What? And that's when I was like, girl, that's why people say the shit is racist, because Jen Shah's behavior is nowhere near the behavior of Mary. Nowhere. The way that she acts, the way her aggression, just everything, nowhere near it. And y'all want to oust Mary for getting mad at Whitney. For what else did Mary do to Whitney? Not acknowledge the friendship after she cut her off. You go, what she say, little girl? What she say? You can go. So that was the part. She was being mean. She says he's being mean. I'm trying to think what else. And so you want Meredith to be mad at Mary for how she treated you, but you're still placating to Jen, and Jen has been the worst to Meredith. That's what I don't understand. And that's why the shit, because like, if you compare the two, the only difference when you think about it is like, what's the only difference in one is more hostile, more aggressive, more volatile, just a lot. And the other one is like, girl, what did she really do? And y'all want everybody to be mad at her. And this woman, y'all like, oh my God, we love you. We got you. You're okay. This lady has been accused of taking advantage of vulnerable people. Now, y'all are talking about Mary taking advantage of her congregation, but that's not even what y'all are talking about. Y'all are talking about her being mad at Whitney for not picking up the phone, and then all of the stuff that ensued after. That's why the people be saying the shit is racist. That's why. Because it's like, what? Are you kidding me? What sense does that make? It doesn't make sense. Meredith says she can't handle this level of dissension. She is not mentally prepared to handle. So she's going upstairs. Jenny brings up Mary, what she said was wrong, and why isn't Meredith mad at Mary? And then Meredith, before she went upstairs, she said, I said at that moment that I would never say that. She said, that's not something I would say, but I don't know if it's inappropriate. That's what she said. And they showed it because we were clear on that. But they want Meredith to be mad, I guess, and not, like, my thing is, okay, she said, and I told her she was wrong. But what's next? What is it that you're expecting her to do? I don't understand. What is it that y'all expect Meredith to do? Y'all want her to cut her off? And then Whitney, you're asking the question like everybody else. What are we doing here? Why are we here if we can't get along? I don't understand how Meredith can stand by Mary with the way she's treating all of us. How is she treating Lisa? How is she treating, what she say? What did she say to, she said something to Heather in Vail. She called her like fat or something. She said something about her size. It was a dig at her size. So she's saying these mean things. That's what I'm saying. It's like, why isn't the same energy being directed? You can be mad at Mary, be mad at all the comments and everything, but why isn't that same energy being directed to Jen? Why is Jen being coddled and given the best room? And she like literally attacked Lisa, just attacked her. You have not seen Mary do one thing like that, except for she told the girl, you can go. I think that's the loudest we've ever heard Mary talk. So why, that's wrong? Okay, great. But why is this lady being coddled? Because she's acting out and crying and breaking nails and pulling her weave out and throwing it and drinking like a sailor? Like, come on. That's why people be saying the shit is racist. That's why. because it doesn't, the same energy, the same policy is not being applied to one that's being applied to the other. The other one is expected, y'all are expecting her to be mad at Mary for saying the slanted eyes comment. She told her she was wrong. What is next? What is it that you want her to do now? You want her to unfriend, follow, delete, or whatever? Like, come on. Like, what is it that y'all expecting her to do? Because this lady here has like literally jumped in people's faces. She done started, oh, I don't know what Meredith is doing or whatever. Let me keep going, child. Anyway, I don't understand how Meredith can stand by Mary with the way she's treating all of us. So they're expecting her to unfriend her. But I'm like, so what about the way that Jen is treating Meredith? The way that Jen is treating Meredith, because she wanted to know, why did you hire a private investigator against me? Jenny told me you hired a private investigator. Now, they didn't show that, because I want to know, what did Jenny say to her? Because I understood that she was investigating the text messages and stuff like that, and it led back to Jen Shah. But I wasn't under the understanding. Did Jenny explain it like that to Jen Shah? So I mean, I didn't see that, and they didn't show a clip of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, did she say that to her? Did she make it like that? Because didn't y'all think that? I thought it was just her investigating the threat. She wasn't, I'm going to investigate Jen Shah, and this is what I found out about her. And then Meredith cleared it up. She said, I gave them all of your names. And they were all sitting there like, okay. It wasn't just about you. So I don't know what you're talking about. She gets up and, before that, Meredith comes back. They send Mary to go get Meredith because she left. Why are we I don't understand. Why are we making it so that you're like, it doesn't make sense. This is why it seems like they're trying to oust Mary, because Heather is mad at Mary. She doesn't like the way she talks to her. Whitney is mad at Mary because, she cut her off. She's done with it. Lisa says she's cool with Mary. So Whitney and Heather what are you guys trying to do? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Because why are you expecting people to choose friends? If you are a friend group, why are you saying you want one to be mad? And why are you friends with her when she's treating the rest of us like this? Then why are you friends with, if you expect Meredith, then this is where Meredith's like, Mary's the only one loyal to me. You're expecting Meredith to extend to you what you can't even extend to her. Why are y'all inviting Jen everywhere? Why are you even dealing with Jen in any capacity? If you expect Meredith to cut off Mary for the way she's treating you, then that means you need to cut off Jen for the way that she's treating Meredith. If that is what your expectations are, then it should swing back around to you. But you're not doing that. And that's why Meredith is looking at all y'all crazy, because it's not being extended to her. Why are y'all still inviting Jen places? I said I didn't want her invited places. If you invite me, don't invite her. Invite her, don't invite me. But y'all keep inviting her to places. But you want me to cut Mary off when Mary's the only one that like has been cool with me throughout this whole thing. So it doesn't make sense to me. You've been awful to my family. You've been awful to my family. My family has never said one bad thing about you. Yes, you have. Your son, Brooks, has never said one bad thing about you. He said he saw my vagina. I wanted to take my laptop and flip it the other way and crush it and twist it and pull it apart. Because Jen makes no sense and you look absolutely ridiculous screaming and yelling like that with your eyebrows going up like McDonald's arches and you missing fingernails. You just look like a complete fool. I'm sorry. If anybody should be worried about anything negative being said about your family, it is because of your behavior, not because you were flashing your pocketbook to everybody in a room. That's when they had the overlapping yelling where they said somebody and somebody else saw it too, saw your vagina too. Well, Brooke said something about my vagina, and I have 2 sons. So let's start at the beginning. Brooks wouldn't have anything to say about your vagina or seeing your vagina had you kept your legs on the floor and your feet on the floor. If you kept your feet on the floor, nobody would have saw your vagina. And then nobody would have been able to say anything. So, and they said that they were uncomfortable. So how is that negative? I'm uncomfortable by something that you did. So you see that that's some negativity towards you. And it's because you have 2 sons. So while you act a fool, I'm not supposed to say that you was acting a fool and you made me feel uncomfortable because I'm supposed to take into account that you have 2 sons. But it's okay for you to lift your legs in the air multiple times, grinder, 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 and show your vagina every time you do it. But I'm supposed to not say that I'm uncomfortable because you have 2 sons. I'm not as revolting as you. Oh, you don't want me to say, sweetie, I know so much about you. Honey, Meredith was in that lady's face. She was like, I didn't come up to your chair. Well, you're doing it to me. You're yelling and pointing at me. Meredith was like, honey, she was like, you're a fraud. Jen couldn't even get her words together. That is like, see, you're just fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, it's tragic. Like, bitch, you can't even get your words together. And you're supposed to be getting this lady together. You look foolish. You look foolish. And you're irrational. Like, and it's just a mess. And then to top it all off, you're this selfish ass lady allegedly taking advantage of elderly people and like yelling at someone in someone's face. If you had anything to do with these bullshit charges against me, lady, you've been investigated for the last 3 years. Before even this show even started, they was on your ass, Mr. Postman. And you literally have the nerve to be that chaotic, knowing who you are, knowing that you have been investigated. And you sitting up here yelling in Meredith's face like she literally had something to do with it. And like you're like full on committed to the whole thing. That's what makes the shit crazy. Because you're like committed to all of that, knowing you ain't shit. And then like literally saying that Brooke said something negative about me because he said he saw my vagina and I have 2 sons. And that is why you're yelling like this at Meredith. But because Brooke said what he said, you said he probably ain't never seen a vagina before. Then they started getting these crazy ass text messages. So Meredith hires a private investigator, what people with access to resources do. I don't have to figure it out myself. I'm going to hire somebody to figure it out for me. They trace it back to you and you got all this for me. and you've been fucking with my family? You lucky I don't throw this red wine on your pretty little face. On your pretty little face. Girl, she's crazy. There's no way that anyone, I don't understand. Who is she friends with? Because, girl, the way she acted on the bus, the way she acted in the dinner, it's like, what are y'all, how is it possible that she's getting all this grace, but Mary is just like, cut Mary off, cut Mary off, if y'all gonna cut Mary off, y'all should have been cut Jen Shah off. If her offenses are that out of order, that lady should have been out of there too. And back to Whitney's question, why are we here if we can't get along? What are we doing for a check? And that's why Mary Cosby says to Andy Cohen, I don't feel grateful for this anymore. I don't want it. I don't want that. For what? Why should I, when I'm just in constant conflict? And then you have this woman who acts like a complete Tasmanian devil, like literally a tornado. And y'all are placating to her. But somehow what Mary is doing is more, I guess, carries more weight. I don't know. Why are we here? Anyways, y'all, that's the question of the hour. Why are we here, Bravo? Y'all gonna have to do something with this formula because it doesn't work. It's not working. It's not working. It is not working. And it's not working. It's not working for me. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.